Dami, Monday, and we walk in, or we learned last night that we've been hacked by Cozy Bear. Cozy Bear.
Well, first of all, it happened. Apparently, this Cozy Bear hack started in the spring. And last I looked, this is December 14th, and we're just finding out about it now. That's somewhat disconcerting, but I know what I thought when I heard it, and I guarantee I know what you thought when you heard it. So why don't you give it to me?
One of the greatest TV characters of all time, not just of the 70s, was, of course, Huggy Bear.
100%.
From Starsky and Hutch. And the thing that's so great about Huggy Bear is that I don't even, I think he was still pimping and running drugs while he was, being, a good inside source. No, I mean, he was kind of still a bad guy, even though he was going with the undercover thing. Wasn't he still, carrying on? Or
listen, Huggy was doing his thing. I don't think we ever learned what he was doing on the side. He was just sort of giving both Starsky and Hutch. He was just sort of letting them know what was going on at
By the way,
a street
which one was
level.
Starsky
Good for
and which
Huggy.
one was
By the way,
Hutch?
his name. Can you tell me Huggy Bear's real name in real life?
In real life,
I know this, by the way, which is shocking.
Can I get a clue? I mean,
I'll give you. Yes, I will give you a clue.
Let's play Price is Right here or something.
His initials are AF, and his first name is the same name as a great NFL wide receiver who is a total head case.
Okay, so it's not Randy Moss, because that would be RM.
That's right.
And so a Alfred.
No. This
Arthur?
guy, I believe he signed with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Anthony.
No, not Anthony Hardaway.
Yeah.
His first name is Antonio.
Antonio Brown. Sorry. Okay.
No, but Huggy's from the Antonio Fargas.
Oh,
Antonio Fargas. Okay, that
interesting.
was Huggy Bear.
So we got to have a markets conversation here, but when you talk Starsky and Hutch, there's a few things to say. I'm not sure, and I watch the show a lot, and I like the show, and I like it to this day. I don't know if I don't quickly know who's Starsky and who's Hutch. Okay, that's
so
the first
Starsky
thing.
is the brunette that wore the big bulky sweaters.
He wore sweaters too. He wore long sweaters, right?
Right.
Didn't he wear
and Hutch.
It was a terrible.
Hutch is David Soul, I believe, who, of course, sang "Don't Give Up on Us, Baby,"
right,
which is one of the great singles of all time. I'm sure your band covers it, actually.
We do, and we'll come back to Starsky and Hutch, and we'll talk. But think of other guys that you had no idea.
Hall and Oates.
No. I'm talking about like Jack Wagner. All I Need. I mean, like, who knew that guy could sing? Or if in fact that is actually singing. All I need's just a little more time. All right, and then how about Eddie Murphy? How about Eddie Murphy? She wants to party all the time,
which is a great song.
It's a terrible song.
Except for that
Rick James is doing some background. So God rest his soul. All right.
My Girl Wants to Party All the Time is
terrible song.
At peak Eddie Murphy.
But if you were anybody, if you were kind of like, the sex symbol or something, you thought you could just sing a song. And in many cases, it actually worked. But give me the best ride on TV. Doesn't have to be necessarily just a cop show, but obviously you had a lot to choose from with the cop shows.
Wow. I mean, I don't know exactly what Starsky and Hutch were driving, that red with the white
Torino.
stripe.
I think it was a Torino.
So a Gran Torino, of course, a great Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah, I think. I mean, and again, would you drive in a car with that like reverse Nike swish going down the side there? I mean,
it's interesting. I never liked, I'm a single coat of paint guy, except for, watch me here, the 1950s Corvette, which had the coved doors. So
I know
you could have a red Corvette with the white coved doors, which to me was just brilliant.
I bet you've had some pinstriping on your cars. And I bet you've had white wall tires. I bet your family did growing up. I bet you had some white walls.
Good question. So I had a 1989 Jaguar XJS, a black Jag XJS.
Of course you did.
It had very
easy hitter.
Very
slow
thin
down there,
pinstriping. Very thin, hand-painted pinstriping, by the way.
So the General Lee was absurd, right? Like the Jenny Lee, and then there's Rockford had a great car too. Like I thought he
Jim
was
Rockford, the Rockford files. Come
Jim
on.
Rockford had a good car. Steve McQueen had a bad. I mean,
come on.
That might be the coolest car ever. So we got to get out of here soon. But as the markets screech to a halt here, I mean, like, what is it? These last like 3 or 4 days, it feels like the market's packing it in for the year.
Well, it sort of ran into a bit of a bridge abutment. See what I did there today?
Yeah.
The reversal today in the market was really interesting. Maybe we'll talk about that in the months to come. The fact that the VIX traded from a low of 20.5, closed, I think, around 24 3/4 or something over the last couple of days. I think that's interesting. The fact that Pfizer, for example, which traded up to 43 last week on the back of their news, closed today 39.5. A lot of weird things happened today, which, look, one day does not a trend make, but you definitely got to look at today and say, a lot of weird stuff went on, Tim.
Well, it's not one day. This goes back to kind of the middle of last week. But then I'll tell you, and I'll point out that the numbers say that through Wednesday of last week, the market was Sammy Hagar, man. It was not driving 55. It was going 85. It was up 14% in 28 sessions. So in about 6 weeks. And I just, I think there's people try too much to do this. Is growth back on? Is it, defensive mega cap tech back to play again? Do I rotate everything back into that? I think you have to be really careful about making some of those assumptions.
Yeah. And on that note, probably a good time to, get out of here.
Bye.